Hey, and welcome back to another webisode of Sheen Webisodes Season 2, Webisode 2. I'm your host, Afreedba, the founder of Sheen, a brand rooted in sustainable and ethical elegance. The lights, the runway, the flash of cameras, but behind every moment on a stage lies a deeper story. At Cannes Sustainable Fashion Week, the conversation wasn't just about glamour, it was about change. Change in how we create, consume, and define beauty itself. Our guest today is Priscila Guedes. Has walked these stages not just as a model, but as a story, but as a storyteller, a filmmaker, and a voice of conscious transformation. From Cannes to Paris to Milan, she witnessed firsthand the shift in fashion heartbeat, where sustainability meets creativity, and where the next generation of modeling isn't just about looking good, but doing good. To be honest, there's a lot of more things that I wanted to say in the beginning of this webisodes, but to be honest, there's a lot of things that I wanted to tell, and I will just keep going for the next hour because the guest that we are having today on the webisodes is such an amazing human being, first of all, and a model and surfer, and you know, helping people in having a sustainable lifestyle, especially the models. um, I'll be more than happy if we listen from her. Before we jump in, if the conversations like this matters to you, we bring on people who are shaping conscious fashion, sustainability, and intentional living without the noise or performative talk. So if you would like more conversations like this, take a second to subscribe to the Zayshin Webisodes. It helps the show reach the right people, and it allows us to keep bringing conscious voices to the table. You can also share this webisode with someone who would appreciate. All right, let's get into it. Thank you very much for joining us here on the Zayshin Webisodes Season 2, Webisode 2 with Priscila Guedes.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Of course, Priscila, welcome to the show. And this is also our Season 2, Webisode 2. And you're the second guest of this episode, and I'm so happy to have you over here. And it was a long-waited one,
It was
right?
not easy to meet, right? To schedule, to have both of us in this piece together here, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, life happens as we were talking before, and it goes like that. But no worries. So, how have you been so far?
Training resilience and working
Okay.
a lot, doing what it needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
For me, life is a combination between what the universe is preparing for us,
Mm-hmm.
combined with our work. So that's what I have been doing recently.
Awesome. You're a working lady always, and I could definitely see that. And especially, I'm very excited for this conversation because including the people who are listening to it, and including me, gonna learn a lot from you and from your experiences in this industry that you are in. So yeah, we'll start for those watching from home who are not familiar with you yet. Could you share a bit about who you are, what you do, and why this conversation is the one they should listen to?
I'm a multi-talent human, trying to keep being human in so many different industries. They're not like in the same journey of life,
Mm-hmm.
if you can say that way. I
Mm-hmm.
work in different industries. I have been, well, working in the fashion industry.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm building, if I can say, with other colleagues worldwide, other important players, the sustainable fashion industry. We're not adapting, we're building something new. And also, I was an athlete as a big waves rider professionally for a while, but I'm not working professionally in that way anymore, even if I have been doing films in
Mm-hmm.
this kind of a journey.
Yeah.
I also majored in films, so I have been working in the film industry worldwide for the last 15 years, I guess now.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I also work in innovations. I have been developing different products, if I can say, in extended reality. That means different kinds of medias in innovative medias like augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality. So that means the screen doesn't exist anymore. It's like an environment of content. So
Hmm.
I have some hours behind all this journey concerning the film industry, the traditional one,
Yeah.
and the innovative one. I have different business behind the scenes, but mainly what you can find on internet about me, it's the fashion industry, I guess, actually.
Yeah, most of the times. Yeah. But I am very fascinated to know more about the film industry and the film work that you did. So what first, drew you to storytelling, and how did film become your medium of choice?
When I was a child, I just realized it. I could see things differently than
Differently.
other people around me could. So I was always watching life as much more it could be.
Can you give me one example when
Um,
you realized that you could see things differently?
when I was, I think, 7 years old,
Okay.
I've wrote a story called Mr. Microscope Goes to the Jungle. And I was in the scientific little classes for like 7 years old kids.
Okay.
And when I wrote that, the teachers were calling each other from the other classes and asking me to read in a speaker, like in high voice to the other kids. So for me, it was just like normal because I was bored in the
Mm-hmm.
scientific classes.
Yeah.
So I was creating a way of dreaming and getting out of that room. And I wrote this Mr. Microscope goes to the
Mm-hmm.
jungle. And
Yeah.
when I realized the eyes of people listening and watching me, I thought, well, there is something nice happening here. But I didn't do nothing because I was just a child. I was just about to being accepted in the group. So I
Mm-hmm.
also learned how to be discreet concerning something else. Like I could read people in a high sensitivity way. So I could like feel too much sometimes empath sorry with
Empathize.
I could feel people with too much empathy.
Okay.
So I would love to turn off sometimes this button, but I couldn't. So I just realized it. I would need to protect myself somehow, and also to be discreet about my so special vulnerability.
Yeah.
So when I was 12, I was the leader of handball team in my school,
Okay.
and I was also in competitions for swimming pools for a club in Rio,
Mm-hmm.
where I'm from. And it's called Vasco da Gama, the club. So I was competing in swimming.
Yeah.
Uh, in the same time, I was creating choreographies for 8 other classes in my school.
Wow. What
So
choreography? For dance?
for dance, yeah, for
Oh,
dance in
wow. I didn't know
the
you dance.
well, uh, in the end
I
of
didn't
the
find
year,
any videos of you
you
dancing.
probably will not find because in that period we were like in other kinds of medias. It was not
Okay.
that easy to film, but I have
Okay.
something somewhere for
I
sure.
would love to see if you can share.
I will try. The thing is, I have changed so many times
Okay.
of countries,
Mm-hmm.
so things were not in clouds yet. So
Yeah.
it's kind of difficult to keep them, but
Mm-hmm.
I can try to find in my schools. They have
Yeah,
probably.
I'll show it here too.
Uh,
Wow, that's very fascinating. I'm sorry I cut you off. You go on.
No, the thing is, I had and I still have a so big
Mm-hmm.
energy concerning
Yeah.
creativity and communication and also reading people somehow
Mm-hmm.
that for making myself like more peacefully, I was always about to go to the water and creating things and pushing up people to make things as well. And also in the other side, like rebellions when I was,
Yeah.
young teenager, because the models of the schools for me were not enough. So I was always about to make some impact where I was.
Right.
It's funny to remember that right now because when we're living that, when we're experiencing that,
Yeah.
we don't realize um how things have like how things have like a journey, right? With
Yes.
a special way of giving us signs about where to go next.
Right. You said it right. As I just turned 22, and long before, about I would say 4 or 5 years ago, I realized the time we are in right now is the best time of our life. Because at the moment, even you think that, oh my God, what the things are happening, nothing is in the order, and all that stuff. But when the time passed and you look back, you said, ah, that time was good, you know. So I'm glad that I was able to realize it.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's so cute because when we're younger, we just want to be likewise other people, right? And we feel and we understand we are not. This can be really disturbing, you know.
Okay.
So I've learned how to be discreet, how to even almost pretend I was not myself to
Okay.
be
That's
part of the group.
interesting. Ah.
Yes.
And is that worth it to do that?
We cannot hide for longer because when I I was the first one to be chosen for the handball,
Okay.
and I was not the tallest and the strongest one, but I was better in strategy.
Okay. Okay. So you were a strategist for since childhood.
But I didn't know that. I
You
didn't know
didn't
all
know that.
the
It's a natural thing, right?
I was about to play with my, skills.
Uh-huh.
And, I just realized that I could get places where to fit, you
Right.
know, in which nobody else was watching it.
Yeah.
And much later, I understood this is about innovation as well.
Yeah. No, actually, Priscilla, I was reading some of psychology a few days ago, and I learned and I was reading that about people wearing masks. It what we call it is, when you pretend to be something to fit into that group or society or whatever it is. Of course, that is something that you fake yourself for a little bit, but it definitely helps. And as long as it helps and you get the thing that you wanted, I think it's fine. As long as you don't hurt anybody too with the feelings or physically or something, it's good. Just be like that, right?
That makes me think about a casting once I didn't pass, and the director, it was for a
Okay.
feature fiction film, and the director told me, Priscilla, you're amazing, but I think you're too much intelligent for this character. And I told him, but this is easier because someone
Uh-huh.
who you think is more intelligent,
Uh-huh.
this one can fit everywhere. But the opposite
Right.
is possible, you know?
Yeah.
but I didn't pass anyways. He told me, but I need someone who is struggling more about these kind of subjects. I told
Hmm.
him, okay, thank
That's
you for the
interesting.
compliment.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's backfires, but uh, it definitely happens. So you also mentioned about swimming. What age you started swimming?
When I was, when I was a baby, my parents couldn't handle me concerning physical energy, so they just had the idea of offering me mom and baby swimming classes. So I
Okay.
was 6 months old.
Yeah.
So that's when I realized that I could move in a more autonomous mood, even
Okay.
if I couldn't walk yet. So I could
Wow.
move by myself in the water when I was from like, if let's say from 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom, I remember she told me many times she couldn't be distracted like 1 second because I was rolling myself to go in the water. Because in the water I was the queen somehow.
Okay.
I could
Yeah.
move, and we have photos of that.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
when I was
If you could.
7, um, from Santa Claus, I
Okay.
had my first kayak, and
Ah,
it was pink, like really pink, and I know why, because that
why?
way my parents could see me from far in the pool.
Wow. Okay. So,
Today, I'm a mother, so I understand their strategies too.
yes, but
So,
I'm concerned. Santa Claus did discuss with your parents first what gift they're gonna give it to you
and it
and
was
what
so
color.
pink. I have also pictures of that. It was so pink.
Ah, wow.
Because in that area where we
Mm-hmm.
had like oceanic house for holidays and weekends,
Mm-hmm.
everything was green, even the water was green. So
Yeah.
the
Oh,
kayak
wow.
pink was visible from really far. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Yes.
So water
Wow.
for me was always a place where I could be like a queen, like myself. Nobody was like blah blah. I
Hmm.
could go in the water. We had my big brother too, dolphins to play in the deep waters in that
Okay.
region. Yeah, in Brazil.
Nice.
It's called Ilha de Jaguanum, like little islands, different little islands. We
Mm-hmm.
could go there by kayak. My big brother also had his kayak
Okay.
the same year than me.
Also from Santa Claus?
Exactly. But he
Okay.
was already like Santa Claus, I don't know. And I was
Okay.
totally, wow, Santa Claus didn't forget me.
Okay. Wow. So you also do surfing and it's very interesting to me. But how has your experience as a surfer influenced your creative processes? Does it
Uh,
also, because you said you were very comfortable, you are actually very comfortable in water and you learn about the nature when you're in nature too. So does it also affect your creativeness?
yeah. Well, before talking about me, I could talk about surfing itself.
Yeah.
Surfing, if you go in the origin of origin of origin of the word
Mm-hmm.
surf is the art of sliding on a board. So it's an art in the end because, of course, there is the technical side, but there is also the style. Each one surface in a way, very unique way.
Hmm.
So talking about me, I was born in Rio, so surfing is like everywhere. Even if you don't want to be a surfer, even if you don't want to know nothing about surfing, you're gonna learn something about surfing by osmosis because you're there. So the
Hmm.
waves are there.
It's in
Uh,
the air.
yeah, the salty air. You know,
Yeah.
we're breathing the salty air since we're tired. So, what I can say is I never got interested in surfing. I was not
Hmm.
the teenager who was like buying magazines of surfing with the guys, like beautiful surfers. No, I was not this girl. I was in the water. I was just about to be in the water with my friends. But one day, I was like, it was much later, by the way. I had a lot of friends, surfers, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I was always with them, but I never was curious about boards, itself. I had also, of course, when I was a child, like boards for like just playing, but technically, I never got this curiosity. And I was already living in Paris. I
Yeah.
was already adult. I was already mother when I made a film, a feature fiction film that was
Mm-hmm.
super successful. So I
Nice.
had my,
Congratulations on that.
sorry?
I said congratulations.
Ah, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just got like my first big payment, in
Hmm.
money. So I thought to myself, what kind of gift can I offer to myself
Yeah.
to be proud in the future? You know, what could I do with this money?
Yeah.
So I just left Paris and I
Okay.
decided to go to the northeast of Brazil for
Yeah.
some months just for learning how to surf technically,
Hmm.
in a immersion in immersive way. And then I've got an apartment in front of the waves that I was interested in riding in Rio with my
Okay.
son and offered
Wow.
him how is to be carioca, how is to be living in Brazil, in Rio, in front of
Uh-huh.
the beach. And
Wow.
yeah, I subscribed him in a little school. Like people was telling me, "Oh, why
Mm-hmm.
don't you go with him? Why don't you put him in a high level school?" And I
Uh,
told them, the school for my son now is gonna be the sand, the ocean breaking every day, every morning. He can watch in the window and see what is happening in the ocean every day.
yeah.
And
Ye-
to eat in the kitchen, listening the waves. So
yeah.
that was the school, and the little school beside was just about like it's mandatory somehow to have our kids in the school, and
Yes.
also for having some friends, local friends.
Right.
So I spent 2 years developing the surfing technically
That's
in my
beautiful.
life.
Uh-huh.
And of course, I kept making business behind this, but I just decided to offer that gift to me. So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know, but I was already training for surfing since I was a baby because there are different kinds of surfing. And I didn't know before that because when the waves were bigger, all my friends had disappeared.
Oh,
They were
wow.
not there.
Uh,
They were not there anymore. But I was there. I was
I would
already.
be one of them.
It's okay. It's okay. We don't need to have the same kind of, you know, journey. I
Uh-huh.
was there because for me was when I was a child, it was not a problem if the waves were there, if the currents were stronger. I was already training for that since I was a baby somehow.
Yeah.
But I just realized that when I was already in Hawaii, riding big waves, when some of my friends, big waves riders, told me, Priscilla, when will you assume you are a big wave rider? And I told them, but
Hmm.
why should I assume that? What you're talking about? Surfing for me, surfing. It's like I'm a enthusiastic surfer, When I and he told me this guy and this lady, they're professional big waves riders, by the way.
Yeah.
They will probably watch that. And she told me, Priscilla, look, stop everything and watch who is around you right now and where you are right now. So I did it. Like I just watched it around me, and I had only big waves rider professionals surrounding me in that place. And I was at Waimea Bay. It's one of
Hmm.
the biggest waves of Hawaii. And this kind of wave breaks only when it's at least 12 feet Hawaiian feet.
Wow.
Under that, that wave doesn't break. So I just realized it, you know, big waves riders are my new friends because I was there with them, even if I didn't have all this journey as like a normal surfer, normal big waves riders. They're surfing since they are like child. I was not, but I was free diving. I was in the big ocean by myself without gears. I was challenging the currents and playing with dolphins. Once, a group of dolphins ripped off my ball. I was playing balls with my little friends and they
Yeah.
just got my ball and they went. And I remember that I was trying to get them. Of course, I couldn't. But this was my childhood. That was my life in the
Uh-huh.
ocean. And in full moon, like I live in Switzerland. So people
Mm.
sometimes like, oh, she's cute because she believes in the moon influences. And I watch them and uh, they are cute because they have no idea what happens in the ocean
Yeah.
when there is a full moon. For example, I'm not creating that. I'm not inventing that. I see all the shellfish is moving like 3 days after the high full moon, the highest full moon.
Yeah.
They move like wow, like thousands, thousands. Why do they do that? Only in this period. I don't know precisely why, but they are doing anyway. So there is an influence, somehow concerning the tides, concerning how the waves come. And so, yeah, I'm just moving the subject. We were talking about surfing, but big waves riding is about a deep connection with the ocean, the deep ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, my favorite waves break like very far from land. Sometimes it takes me like 30 minutes just paddling to get there.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a pray somehow. It's like preparing ourselves, like breathing and warming up the body and figuring out what is happening that day. The currents, is the animals, is their place. So surfing for me, my surf is this one in which we're in a team because of course for big waves riding we need to be in a team because it's a extreme sport. But I didn't realize that before it was told me. You know, I
It
was
was
just
normal for you.
I was just there. It was just like a new challenge.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have one friend in Rio. Her name is Beatriz Bia, and I've met her like in kind of waves that nobody else was showing up
Hmm.
at Macumba's beach, Praia da Macumba in Rio. It was like white waves, like a messy waves, wind waves. They were like not good surfing, not easy.
Mm-hmm.
But I was there, I was just there because why why not to be there for me. And
Right.
I was there about to train, and
Yeah.
I was like quite of lucky, if I can say,
Uh-huh.
because I even when I didn't have enough skills, I was there anyways. So I've met her in this kind of white wash in wash machine waves. That's how we called wash
Oh,
machine
wow.
waves. Yeah, very white, like messy. But we
Okay.
were there because we knew it was about something more than just riding perfect
Hmm.
waves. So surfing for me, it's about to go and to be open to welcome what is about to be that day,
Right.
each day, and to be connect with myself, my best self, for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. So you said after you earned the big check at that time when you did the film, you decided to give something beautiful to yourself, and you did. The story you just told me, and it's just awesome. very happy to hear that. Um, so why you didn't ask for a gift to Santa Claus at that time?
Oh, this is like a very nice question, you know. In a humble way, it's kind of where people get me like this kind of question, make me this kind of question in which I cannot answer. What I can say is I just was following um a so deep voice, you know. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just following a so deep voice because I love Paris.
Uh-huh.
I was living there for like, I don't know, 6, 7 years already, but I
Yeah.
was so happy about to leave. You know, I was so happy.
Mm.
This film was like, well, now I can leave Paris because everybody will call me to work with them, even if I'm not in here. It was kind of film that showed
Okay.
to show my work
Mm-hmm.
independent of my physical presence. You know, it was
Mm-hmm. Like a
distributed.
statement type.
Yeah, I was eligible
Yeah.
to the Caesars. I don't know if
Right.
you know what that is about. The Caesar. The Caesars in France is like the Oscars in the United States. So
Ah,
I
nice.
was director of photography in that period as
Oh,
well.
wow.
Yeah, so I just decided to leave Paris, you know, and go directly to the ocean, a blue one, beautiful one,
Mm-hmm.
just surfing every day and to eat acai every day. Do you know acai?
No.
Ah, you should. Acai, it's like a Brazilian fruit. It's
Okay.
very, very purple. The color, it's very beautiful. And
Okay.
it's made like a kind of sorbet, like it's an ice cream without milk. And it's frozen in creamy, and it's like just a fruit, you know, it's amazing.
Interesting.
A lot of iron inside and a lot of energy.
Okay.
And this is part of my culture in a so deep way.
Wow.
From
What does it call? The fruit? Gasai.
acai.
Acai.
Acai. I'm gonna send you.
Okay, yeah, send me that. I think we might have it here.
For
We got
sure.
a lot
There's
of
Brazilians
Brazilian and
everywhere. Yeah,
yeah,
Brazilians based there, surely they like
yeah.
are selling it. Yes.
Right.
So I spent this time in Brazil, and
Uh-huh.
it was nice because I could figuring out who I was in that period after so many years living outside of Brazil. So I could experience 2 years.
Yeah.
It was from 2016, 17
Yeah.
until 2019.
Hmm.
And it took me 4 years since I started to learn how to surf technically, four
Yeah.
years to become an official big waves rider, sponsored, by the way, and living in
Wow.
Hawaii. Yeah, it was like because people saw me surfing there and they started to offer me things. And I was like, are you sure it's me? Because I'm not a surfer. I'm just enjoying. I'm
And I'm
just
just
like,
yeah.
playing the game with my toys, my boards. And I was buying wrong boards. And
Yeah.
Daniel Friedman, my mentor of surfing, saw me once and he was on the sand and it was a very like strong waves day
Mm-hmm.
and he was there and he told me, are you killing yourself? Do you want to kill yourself? And I told him, of course not. Why are you telling me that? Because you're riding waves with the wrong boards. It can be very dangerous. And
Yeah.
I said, oh, thank you very much. I did not know. And he told me, did not you realize your board was doing to 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 to?
Yeah.
And I told him, yes, but isn't that normal? He told me,
Hmm.
no, and I will show you how it changes with different words.
Yeah.
So he got me to his fabric. He showed me all his words. It was like it's a legend. It's a very important guy for the surfing industry story in
Mm-hmm.
Brazil. And he
Okay.
showed me he made me test different boards. And I was like,
Wow. It makes a difference.
okay, when I understood what
Yeah.
would the best board for me to ride in the waves that I like. So that's how I got to Hawaii for the first time. I was
I
invited.
see.
Yeah, so it's like I cannot say how it happened. It was just happening. I was like feeling something nice was happening because
Yeah.
nice people were getting closer to me
Uh-huh.
and proposing me boards and money, just money for producing content using their gears, like
Yeah, right.
equipments or promoting their brands. So I just realized it. Why not?
Right.
Why not?
It's something that you love to do too, and you're earning from it, and that's the best thing of it.
I think that's the real point. I
Right.
was so connect with myself. I was so
Mm-hmm.
connect with my purpose. I didn't have even names for that. I didn't care about names, I didn't care about
Mm,
nothing. I was just there having a lot of fun. By the way, when I arrived in Hawaii,
yeah.
it was crazily even better because, I don't know, would you like to listen this story?
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind. I would love to. I waited for this moment.
I
As long
went
you have time.
I went to Hawaii
Okay.
with brand new longboards.
Oh,
I was with the wrong boards because Hawaii is about windy. We see
okay.
like perfect waves. They're perfect every
Yeah.
day somehow, almost of the time perfect. But it's wind waves. You need to have heavier boards somehow. We need to have
Okay.
specific boards to Hawaii. And I was with amazing brand new wrong boards, and it's so far I couldn't change. So, I just realized to sell them and
Okay.
to buy new ones.
Yeah.
But I went to a store and I saw brand new ones. I didn't like them. I was like figuring out, and I just
Yeah.
was passing by a very old board.
Okay.
And I usually say this board found me because I felt like a call. I watched this board and I like, you know, this is for me. I want to test this board. It was a single thing, very
Okay.
old board, a glider, like a longboard glider,
Mm-hmm.
hot dog pipeline. It's the name, but I've learned
Okay.
this name much later. You know
Mm-hmm.
why? Because
Why?
this was a Dick Brewer's board. Dick Brewer. Dick Brewer is new as the Santa Claus of the surfing industry. By the way, yes,
Okay.
because thanks to him, we could ride big waves with shorter boards because before him,
Hmm.
it was not possible to go this fast. All the
Right.
surfing boards were like classic surfing
Mm-hmm.
boards, very slow. So just for letting you know, uh, I just found this board. I've got it for $500, and
Wow.
I was like, "Oh, my new board!" It was a fix. We couldn't change the thing. It was a big thing like
Mm-hmm.
10 number 10 thing, like very big, very classic, but faster. One of the faster, the one of the first models faster, if I can say,
Hmm.
in longboards.
Wow.
And I cannot tell
It's
what
go with the flow.
exactly how amazing it was. A longboard we
Yeah.
could move because it was faster than
Yeah.
normal longboards.
Right.
And I was enjoying so much with this board around Hawaii, all the spots, like every day, all day long. It was like I was supposed to be there only for 10 days
Okay.
for the Natural Graph because I was still working in the film industry and I
Mm-hmm.
was still modeling. But what happened? COVID.
Ah, it's right before the COVID.
Just right in the moment when
Oh.
COVID has showed up, all the planet has stopped, no airports, no
Mm-hmm.
nothing. So I was just stuck in Hawaii
Yeah.
with my GoPro, my camera, cinema camera, but this big, like small cinema
Yeah.
with good lenses. I
Right.
just realized that, I will accept this is happening to me. I cannot go back home. So I just accept to stay in Hawaii and riding waves the best of my
Wow.
life with
Mm-hmm.
this board.
Mm-hmm.
And someone saw me as well surfing. And this old guy was on the land as well, watching me, and he was waiting for me when I left water. He asked me, where did you find this board? I told him I found it in a second hand or third hand store in Haleiwa.
Okay.
I was in Oahu, the main land, the main island of Hawaii, if I
Mm-hmm.
can say, because there is the biggest international airport there.
Okay.
So we had a short conversation, and I saw he understood very well what big waves is about. He was teaching me how to improve myself, So it was a very respectful and very nice conversation. He
Yeah.
told, I think you're gonna like to see my boards. Would you like to test them?
Hmm.
I told him it depends. What are your boards? And he told me the same shaper of made this board you're using, but they're brand new. Maybe you should test them.
Okay.
And I thought to myself, wow, okay.
Uh-huh.
I watch okay, let's go. Right now? Yes, right now. Okay, let's go. And I went. I have all this filmed because I was with my GoPro time with me.
Yeah.
When I arrived there, he showed me like, I don't know, 30, 50 boards on
Wow.
wood, short, long, super GANs. And that's
Hmm.
so I was like, I was not believing in what was happening. He told me, you can try any boards here. Which one would you like to try? I told him, but I'm tired. And he told me, okay, it doesn't need to be right now. It can be like at sunset time or
Yeah.
tomorrow when you want. So I
Mm-hmm.
just realized that I was getting inside of Dicky Brewer's brand sponsorship through Jimbo Yarborough, this guy who found me. And
Wow.
he found me by, purpose, by having fun,
Yeah.
because so many other people were there already and they didn't have this opportunity. So I really believe all these doors were opening to me because I was connect with my highest self and enjoying in a so deep way, just, you know, enjoy. And afterwards, I had like 12 boards in my
Yeah.
car, and I could choose which one to use in that day, in that kind of wave, tow boards as well for jet
Wow.
ski.
Hmm.
So that was Hawaii for me. Like I left in Hawaii in the end, like more than 1 year, and with different legends also
Mm-hmm.
from the surfing industry. I don't want to
Nice.
make this story here too much longer, but it was like a dream.
No, awesome. After hearing all this story and the others that I listened, I feel like something is calling me too. I don't know. I'm been interacting with a lot of surfers these days.
Don't wait. Just
B-
go at
But
Google and
no,
start.
but Priscilla, my biggest fear is water. I drowned many times. I don't know how to swim.
I've heard our biggest fears, our best friends for
Yeah.
evolution in life.
Yeah.
So this is a big call. You don't need to be in a hurry. There is no
Mm-hmm.
competition. It's about to just get closer technically. I have an experience that can help you if you
Okay.
want to hear.
Yeah.
People usually ask me, Priscilla, when was the worst experience that you had in the ocean?
Okay.
Was it in Hawaii? They think when they see the waves and pictures, they're like, wow, so big, like a building wave.
Okay.
And I tell them no. It
Mm-hmm.
was in Brazil, in Rio. It
Okay.
was like a 3 meters wave. In Brazil, it's quite big, but in Hawaii, that's not big at all.
Okay.
But why was that so difficult for me? I thought I was dying. I really had this moment in which It's funny because I have already told that in other podcasts, but it's special because a long time ago, when I was like much more surfer, I was making a lot of podcasts about waves.
Yeah.
And this moment in which I just stopped to talking to, the universe, I told to the universe, hey, creation, if I die right now, I'd like to thank you for
Oh
this.
my God, that was a serious moment, I think.
It was. I was
Okay.
getting tired. I could not leave this conflict zone. The big waves were pushing and crashing me. I was getting tired.
Okay.
And so I told to the universe, if I survive, well, if I don't survive, so I'm thankful for that, and that. But if I survive, I promise, I
I
will
would
learn.
never come back.
No, I wish the opposite,
Okay.
I promised I will learn how to manage this kind of situation with the best
Hmm.
ones of the planet. I
Wow.
will look for them. I will write them. I will convince them to
To
help me to
teach, right?
learn how to manage, how to know
Hmm.
what is happening here, you know?
Yeah.
And it was so big, like that's the point. Big waves, people cannot listening, nothing more because the waves are breaking, big waves like boom, boom, shh. You listen only water sounds. You
Yeah.
can scream, but
Nobody can
nobody can
listen.
see you, from
Right.
land. They're far from land.
Unless
You
you have pink skateboard, surfboard.
unless you have a team,
Okay.
you know? Can you see the beginning of our conversation?
Yeah.
I didn't have a team at that moment.
Right.
So if I'm here, you know what happened,
Hmm.
because I have survived it. I took a good decision
Yeah, I'm very grateful.
for getting out of the meteor.
Yeah.
And then I just made some calls, like
Okay.
some very courageous calls and
Mm-hmm.
messages, for the
Yeah.
right people, for
Right.
teaching me how to manage, those kind of situations.
Yeah.
And then I went to Hawaii, and in Hawaii, I have never had any big problem in the ocean because, of
Hmm.
course, we fell down, we have wipeouts.
I want to share why Zaishin exists. Most of us are used to buying clothes that look good for a moment, but don't last in quality, meaning, or impact. Zaishin was built the opposite way. Every piece we create is designed to be timeless, not a trend driven, ethically produced, thoughtfully sourced, and made to be worn for years, not weeks. We believe sustainability doesn't need to be loud or performative. It should feel natural, intentional, and human. Just like the conversation you're watching right now. If you care about what you wear, who made it, and the impact it leaves behind, Zaishin was created for you. You can explore the collection and learn more at www.zaishin.com or tap the first link in the description. Now, let's get back to the conversation.
Yeah, like if I survive, I will look to the best ones on the planet to learn how to manage big currents and big waves, big ocean, issues. And
Yeah.
so then I had my first trainings of officially big waves with Alemão de Maresias. Is for me one of the best ones of the planet concerning rescue, concern
Hmm.
big waves management, because there is a lot of things happening
Yeah.
concerning gears, concerning ocean conditions. I knew all these in a very wild way, but when we have a board, we go where our only one body. Sorry, I will say again. You cut this, okay?
Okay. I'll cut it.
When we get a board, we go further. You know,
Okay.
if I was by myself, like without any gear, only my body, I wouldn't go this far and this further somehow. concerning big waves, but I had a gear, I had this board, I had like, this powerful gear and
Yeah.
tool. So when we have a gear, we really we need to learn how to manage this gear
Right.
and everything surrounding that.
Yeah.
So for you and for everyone who writes me and asks me how to get there somehow, I would say just go for professionals who can help you to learn tools to manage each one of you, because we are so rare creatures, we are so unique. There is no standard for this. I'm the proof of this, I'm a
Right.
proof that my surfing journey is so impossible. I made so many impossible things, and I'm now training for giant waves. It's a next page of my life.
Okay.
Just for telling you, water is where we are all from. The
Right.
belly of our mothers was
Yes.
full of water. So something happened in our lives concerning conditions,
Yeah.
our cultural and education. Something happened in our lives that put us far from this water comfort. So it's about to get there again, face this mirror and play with that, no pressure, just put the feet in the water, someone who really know how to teach beside us, and go there step by step. It's so amazing to be in the water. To be in the water for me, it's really like to fly. So I don't need
Yeah.
to learn how to fly in the air because I fly already in the
Right.
water, you know.
Yes.
So I would recommend for everyone, you are not alone. So many people, by the way, interviewing me,
Okay.
they tell how they would love to get closer again to the water.
Okay.
The thing is,
Mm-hmm.
humanity forgets, where we are all from. And that's why people are also get so far from the connection with the ocean. By the way,
Right.
the water inside of the belly of our moms
Yeah.
was salty.
Okay. I believe you on that. Right. So you said reach out to professionals who can help you with them. What if that professional that they or I want to reach out is you?
I want to be what? Sorry?
You said reach out to the professionals to learn about this thing. And I said that if the professional that they or I want to reach out to get to seek help is you.
I have like an Instagram
Okay.
full of people that I don't know.
Okay.
Some of them I know. 100,000. It's for me like
Yeah.
not possible.
Mm-hmm.
And I have like every week messages from people, all kinds of messages, of course, internet, you know. But people asking me things concerning like models' career, for example. Priscilla, I have a daughter. My daughter is amazing. She's beautiful. She would love to be a model. How to get there? How to be professional?
Yeah.
I have also messages of people telling, I'm scared about water. How could I learn how to manage myself in the water? And I have also messages concerning like how to get innovation projects done, from where to start. So I have different questions and requirements and demands, if I can say, also from professionals too, because
Hmm.
for example, we are in an internet era, right?
Yes.
When I started like working in art, if I can say in a more like global way, in
Yeah.
art, right?
Yeah.
Instagram was not in our daily lives. There was nothing compared, like no, the internet was something like there, but not
Yeah.
for our lives, you know.
Right.
So today is the opposite. Like if we don't master how to manage our algorithms, someone else will do that for us. And
Yeah.
this is scary. So what I can say is I'm preparing now master classes available online. We're gonna launch in around 15 days, a little bit.
Yes.
We are now November 15th,
Mm-hmm.
2025.
Yeah.
So the idea is to answer questions people ask me all time, because it's deserved to learn, but I unfortunately I cannot answer one by one, because I'm a very busy person.
Yeah.
I'm not a slave of my schedule, but I'm
Yeah.
so happy about to be busy doing what I
Right.
do.
Mm-hmm.
So what I can say is, yeah, some people came to see me and ask me, Priscila, how can I have an Instagram so functional as yours? They
Mm-hmm.
make amazing work, like they are fashion designers, they're models, they're coaches for models, you know,
Yeah.
but they don't know how to manage their Instagrams. I'm not like the Instagram girl who will say like, yeah, how to use your
Yeah.
Instagram for making your life better. No, it's about to be aware of how important is to have a personal branding and an
Yeah.
online presence today,
Mm-hmm.
because that's how I make my life. Of course, I know a lot of people physically in real life, but my Instagram is available for having request
Yeah.
professional serious ones. So I make contracts by my
Right.
direct message there. So just letting you know, professionals are also looking for someone who is from a new generation, old
Hmm.
school shapers are
Yeah.
also struggling sometimes for being enough present online, how to sell their boards.
Right.
Before it was just about you know to show their boards on the beach, but
Yeah.
it's
Now
not
it's
enough.
more than that.
Yeah, yeah. So
Right.
sustainable, in a sustainable way, I also believe internet can help us a lot, instead of putting a lot of CO2 in the air or in the ocean. We can just like working online with different people from worldwide.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
So people have been hit me to work together, like fashion designers as well. Like I just from someone from Russia who lives in Paris just wrote me just before this meeting, asking me if I can go to Paris like after tomorrow for a fashion editorial. Can you see? So I'm not attending castings for that. I'm not. My Instagram's just there.
Hmm.
So this is
Right.
an era.
Exactly. That's right. I mean, also I'm in this space for a long time now. Of course, I didn't make such a great impression yet or a presence yet on social media, but yes, it's definitely much important for especially the new generation or the new way of marketing that we are in. Because people, that how usually they found, they find you and they reach out and connect. And I think I believe actually I did the same thing to connect with you, you know? I did reach out to you like that, like a cold outreach. I believe it was via email. And that's how we got connected. And such a good relationship
You
that we're
found me
built.
somehow by algorithms or whatever. I don't
Yeah.
know what you were looking for, right? But
Yeah, most likely it will be for sustainability. Yeah.
it's so nice. My dad told me, Priscilla, we are what we want to be, what we
Hmm.
train to be, but we
Yeah.
are also what makes people thinking about us. Like I thought
Hmm.
about that recently when you're telling me, you found me by sustainability subject.
Yeah. Yeah.
I receive, for example, from people on Instagram, links that made them thinking of me. So
Uh,
I face this way they see me, like they send me big waves, reels, links,
Yeah.
photos, videos, but they also send me sustainable fashion content.
Yeah.
And I really feel like I'm proud of myself, if I can say, in a very humble way, I
Yeah.
swear, because this is how they remember about me. So that means there is already a real impact happening. It's not just a label, it's not just like a little drop in my
Right.
social medias, you know? It's about to touch people in a way
Yeah.
they can remember afterwards. By the way, this is what legacy is about. This is
Right.
what personal brand is also about. How people will see you when they find you on internet, at least.
You mentioned about legacy just now. Um, what do you expect? Not to expect, what legacy you wanted to build for yourself?
For me, a legacy is not for ourselves, it's for the next generations. It's what is it stays when we're not here anymore. So, what I would love to let to this planet is a way of living better life, because I see things getting destroyed and things that can help you to live life better. And they are destroying these resources. And I believe I can change that at least a little bit, so this era can be longer. Because I also believe the planet naturally has different eras. You know, we had the glacial era. There was no petroleum spent by gas plants when the glacial era was crushed, if I can say like that, you know, the changes of eras. But, you know, so in parallel, there is this natural changes of era, like the global warming is happening anyways. It will be happening because the Earth need to have this variation of temperature for breathing. It's like to breathe, we breathe, right? We're an example. We are a template of all kinds of lives on this planet. So I believe there is this natural
Yeah.
rhythm, but I also believe we can change using our brains, the rhythm, and make life better and longer for this era. You know, if we're gonna have like a new dinosaurs era, I don't know. I don't want to spend my time thinking about that,
Yeah.
maybe or not. But while I'm here, I was always asking myself, why are we here? You know, are we
Mm,
here just for TikTok? Are we here just for like chewing gums? Just for like sugar desserts? You know, I don't think so.
okay.
I think we can make some difference, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And in my work, for example, concerning the fashion shows that I do, I felt some competition co- coming from other producers of fashion shows. And I just realized that I'm not interested in competitions because we're all part of the same environment. I would love to have them in the same team than me officially, you know,
Yeah.
even if because we are already. That's the point, you know.
Right.
So just for letting you know, legacy for me, in my opinion, legacy it's what we can let after we're not here anymore. And what I want to let, I'm building. I'm very busy building this legacy. This legacy is about to help people to get connected with themselves again. And I use different tools for that. I use the surfing industry, I use the fashion industry, and I use innovative environment and also the film industry.
Right. Wow. That is such a beautiful answer for this thing. And I agree with you on that. You mentioned that of course you have a busy schedule and you also do, the ocean work and all that. So what does balance means to you while working and the things that you love to do?
Balance for me is when we find a point of connection with another dimension, if I can say. And I'm not talking about religion, I'm not talking about beliefs, I'm talking about a point in which we have harmony. And the balance can be walking on a catwalk in very high heels.
Yeah.
The if I'm breathing, if I'm conscious about my breath when I'm walking in a high heels on a catwalk, even if there are 5,000 people watching me, this is balance for me. If I'm getting a diamond wave, we call diamond wave when the wave is like perfect, beautiful, like, glassy, smooth. If I'm riding that way, this is balance. And of course, there is a lot of confusion around
Hmm.
this point of balance. We
Yeah.
need to cross this confusion and manage and master how to manage all these confusion area, conflict zones
Yeah.
to get right in this perfect point. Balance for me, it's what perfection is about.
Beautiful. Thank you very much for the answer. And I believe that's about it for this segment. We actually surpassed with just first segment about our time. If you want, we can definitely continue because we didn't talk about the fashion week, the Kins, and I got some more questions regarding modeling. We didn't get into that topic yet.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm free. I'm available here. It's like,
Awesome.
let's go.
Perfect. Yeah. So the next segment of our is the Cannes Sustainable Fashion Week. You were just there. How was it?
I have never dreamed about to make that. That was happened when I was like crossing 2024 to 2025 in Paris in a
Mm-hmm.
fashion editorial.
Yeah.
And I started to have some messages from the French government. I thought it was fake at
Okay.
first. Internet. We never know.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
But it was like I thought to I had a video maker with me from Brazil. She saw the messages and she told me, "This is not a fake, Priscilla. This like really looks like a real message.
Okay.
You should take care of this message." And the message was inviting me to be officially the sustainable fashion ambassador of France between Brazil and France because 2025 is the French Brazilian season year. That means there there was happening there was planned to happening a lot of events
Yeah.
empowering the political and cultural agreements between France and Brazil.
Yeah.
And was already talking and posting on social medias and promoting, and I was so engaged already in sustainable fashion subjects. Somehow they found me again, algorithms and
Yeah.
all these keywords and
Right.
pictures and videos, and more than that, like facts, like actions. So I was
Hmm.
already being this kind of ambassador, sustainable fashion ambassador. And in the end, we made meetings, and I accept to be officially the sustainable fashion ambassador between France and Brazil for 2025. I didn't know yet what would be that about. They
Okay.
told me, Priscilla, just about be yourself, but we're going to help you. We're going to connect you with important players in France who can
Okay.
help you to have more voice.
Yeah.
So they told me that, and I was already like so busy with walks, Paris Fashion Week for me, it's like 4 times a year, because we have the High Fashion Week and
Okay.
we have the Paris Fashion Week, each
Mm.
one twice a year. So I'm
Okay.
there only for walks and fashion editorials at least 4 times a week. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, 4 times the year.
Yeah.
And like I asked them, but how concretely we would go for something different? And they told me, we don't know. Maybe you're going to have some ideas because that's why we're inviting you to be this ambassador. So I didn't know. I just was busy doing my life. And I just realized it because the thing is, I was already choosing for who I would be walking for. I was not, and I'm not walking for all brands anymore who invited me to walk. I'm not
Yeah.
walking in fashion shows, I'm not walking in all fashion shows anymore
Yeah.
because I don't want to be seen. I don't want to empower with my heart, with my presence, you know projects that I don't believe are good for us. When I say us, for all of us, even themselves. So,
Hmm. Oh,
uh,
wow.
so I was already doing this way,
Uh-huh.
and I just realized that people were telling me, oh, because after that, if after that becoming official, people started to proposing me things like oysters providers for oysters provider for fashion show events
Mm-hmm.
told me, Priscilla, if you make a sustainable fashion show one day,
Yeah.
I will sponsor you with oysters.
Hmm.
A brand from Champagne and rosé wine from France told me, Priscilla, if you make a sustainable fashion show one day, I will sponsor you with wine, high quality wine and champagne. And another guy from Ecological Watch told me, Priscilla, if you make a sustainable fashion show, wouldn't you like to make a sustainable fashion show? I would like to sponsor this event.
Okay.
I told myself, well, maybe it's
Hmm.
just about to put all this together, all those people
Yeah.
together.
Right.
So, but I don't remember anymore how I could have the idea of
Yeah.
making that in Cannes because, I'm
Hmm.
every year in Cannes since, I don't know, 2011, when I was studying films in France.
Yeah.
I was living there and at some point I had the idea of combining fashion, sustainable fashion, like something new with all my networking in the film industry in Cannes because the thing is, I know a lot of people there. I know a lot of structures, institutions there. They know already how I work. I have been giving like script writing classes there, and also I have been jury member of selections for new filmmakers there. And I also have been applying for competitions in film. So it's like a big network. And we grew up somehow as a family after so many years, like 12 years now,
Uh-huh. Wow.
13 years. So it's like at some point I had the idea of why not to make like just a breakfast with two brands just for, showing what a sustainable fashion show could be. So the idea was to make a breakfast using someone else's space already, like another event,
Yeah.
just picking like 2 hours of their space.
Right.
And the project grew up by itself, explode in a way I couldn't say no anymore. Like people coming up to say me, well, I have a team of amazing hairstylists. Would you like to partner with us? I told them, yes, of course. Like models asking, can I walk for you? Can I walk for this, in a collaboration mode? Uh,
Yeah.
so makeup artists from Ukraine like
Mm-hmm.
a team, a big team. I don't know. I don't remember, like 10, 12. They came to me offering themselves to like propose, I just realized that I was opening a door people were seeking for so long.
Hmm.
People were asking me, the press was asking me why nobody else did that before.
Yeah.
And I just don't know, but I was doing, and I didn't have like a big budget for that.
Yeah.
But as we were talking before, I can prove if you watering a good land, we have beautiful trees for giving
Yeah.
us beautiful fruits, you know? So I was already watering this land for a long time. So people just saw a good opportunity of making part of this movement that like it's logical.
Hmm.
Logical. The only way for allowing the fashion industry survive,
Yeah.
because we don't have a planet, we don't have fashion industry anymore. So, and also something that I just realized that when we were making this event, because the event happened and it was
Uh-huh.
beautiful, and we had like 22 models.
Okay.
We had like so many press, photographers, video makers. My team couldn't manage all the press requests. We couldn't manage all these size because it was not previewed all that.
Hmm.
I was planning to make a prototype of event
Okay.
and just realize it, it was really what innovation is about, because innovation is a solution. you know
Right.
you cannot say you're making innovation if you're not solving a problem. So I just realized it, can sustainable fashion week is a very necessary solution for the future of the planet, because
Definitely.
we're we're just offering a platform for the future of fashion to shape themselves, and we're discussing about that. So we have opportunities for all the backstage professionals like makeup artists, hairstylists, models, all the backstage managers, catwalk
Yeah.
designers, coach for models, because the fashion industry actually is not sustainable in the backstage either. We're not talking about only ecological thoughts anymore when we're
Yeah.
talking about sustainable fashion, right? Because
Right.
we cannot say the war is sustainable, and it's not about ecological thoughts. So if you are in sustainable fashion today, we
Mm-hmm.
need to talk about the war too. But the fashion industry is not about words. It's about beauty. It's about solutions. It's about inspiring people to the next year. So
Right.
we did that. We made performances in
Yeah.
between the fashion show collections, and it was very impacting to see myself, people crying, I saw people crying of beauty, and also about conscience, to get conscious about what was about to happen. you know I made a walk for opening the show with my dog in my neck alive, as you know a proof that we don't need to kill nobody for
Right.
being elegant, for being
Mm.
uh,
Yes.
on a catwalk, for example. So
Right.
we made also
Beautiful.
a performance talking about upcycles
Yeah.
and also about the war. I can show you, can send you videos and photos.
Yeah.
And
Definitely we'll add it into the video to
and
our
people were so
website.
inspired about creating together, the
Uh-huh.
guests, it was a very different show because people came to see me and talking how transforming this
Hmm.
event was. And we are now fundraising for the next ones. And also, we're about to prepare the Paris Sustainable
Yeah.
Fashion Week too. We have
Wow.
different profile of sustainable fashion shows. We're only working with high fashion,
Yeah.
uh, but Paris has like a younger audience, like more underground. it's much more engaged people coming up. And
Yeah.
in Cannes, it's like, let's say, a little bit older people with more gala style, red carpet and slow luxury outfits. While in Paris, we have like more contemporary environment. And we're gonna
Hmm.
have afterwards, we're already building what's gonna be the Milan Sustainable Fashion Week, New
Yeah.
York Sustainable Fashion Week, and why not Swiss Sustainable Fashion Week?
Awesome, beautiful. Yeah, of course, looking forward to see. And I did follow the work that you did and all the teamwork behind the scenes on the Cannes Fashion Week. And it's just awesome. I actually listened to your interview that you did to the press, and you were explaining what it is about and all that. And it definitely makes a difference. Definitely all the models who participated in this event, the brands and the designers, and very positive environment I could see.
I didn't notice before the press came to me with their vision,
Hmm.
but we were and we are redefining what beauty is about as well, because
Yeah.
we are coming from a concept of beauty of outfits, for example, that we cannot repeat the outfits. Like
Hmm.
Nicole Kidman and Giselle Bündchen, they're repeating outfits, very famous ones in big
Yeah.
important events.
Yeah.
So we are redefining what beauty and elegant is about, also concerning the models. I think people are getting a little bit wrong concerning what they do with their faces, thinking they're becoming like more beautiful. They're transforming their faces in a way that I don't believe is the best way to go in the future. So we are also educating young models what beautiful is about. Natural beauty is the first line of our casting. When we do a casting, we are looking for natural beauty models. We don't want to
I
show
love that.
what we don't believe is the best way to go in the future of the beauty industry. So I think we can see that in our choice, in our models. They were wonderful. Most of them not like high professional, but they were there
Hmm.
opening for learning more. It was
Yeah.
amazing because they were so motivated,
Yeah.
and they did very well job. We had like a 13 years old girl walking
Hmm.
for the first time, you know,
Wow.
with her way of walking, because 13 years old, we are not ready for high heels. It
Yeah.
was not mandatory, but she was there and she made a good job. We had also like a 50 plus model as well,
Hmm.
and we
Yeah.
had also like all the ages models as well. So just for letting you know, we're
Uh-huh.
also educating, we're also opening the space for building together what beautiful and what beauty is about from now on. We cannot say like only models in 40 kilos and 180 centimeters is beautiful, because I know they could be natural that way, this kind of weight and size, but sometimes it's not about that. It's about a disease. It's about to be sick. It's about to getting drugs for keeping this weight, this body. It's like to be slave of a model of beauty that we don't
Hmm.
believe, because this is not sustainable, you know.
Yeah. Wow, that's a good one. Uh, Before we come onto the model itself, it's the thing that you build. It's all about the environment that you made a little girl feel comfortable doing that, and a model over 50, you made them feel comfortable to do the stuff that they should do or they wanted to do. And I definitely want to hear more about the model thing that you just started to mentioning about the ethical and sustainable ways, because it's also about the human beings itself too. We would have to be more sustainable and sustain our life. It's not something that we're killing ourselves slowly with the slow poison with the drugs and with the plastic surgeries, if you so called. Um, so what are the common things that you see in this, or what do models do?
Thank you very much for making this question. This is a very important subject because actually the industry of fashion is not sustainable also in the backstage. And people don't notice that, they don't talk about that, what is like okay. But I think it's time to talk about that. How unrespectable is sometimes for some models to work in a collaboration for some fashion shows, having the promise of being published in very high level magazines,
Uh-huh.
but they're not, you know, and also having some promises of like to have the content because they're building their careers, they're beginners, so they need to have photos and videos. So they walk for free. They
Yeah.
spend time, energy, and money to get there. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes they like really invest their lives in these kind of walks,
Yeah.
and they walk and they don't have even the photos of or the videos. The producers sometimes ask money for them to have their pictures and videos. Or worse, they ask money for the models, young and beginners, for paying for walks. You know, this is not sustainable. It's about to play with the dream of someone, because with the same money, this beginner could be investing in good photographers or in travels, in learning new languages, in skills, real skills.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there are also something that happens sometimes like fake castings. We have a call for models, call for runway models, and you go there and you walk, you take part of the casting, and you are never called back. The organizers were just filming and making photos of all these candidates, and they use that for promoting their brands. And the models get happy. It's okay. They need to be viewed, but they don't know it's already abusive if you don't sign a contract, if you are not aware about what is really happening. And also, sometimes you go to a casting, you
Yeah.
pass the casting, and you are never chosen, but you see there in a so massive marketing, in a so aggressive marketing, like model camp. Model camp, like 10,000 euros, 8,000 euros, 5 days, I don't know where, in a kind of paradise. We promise you publishing in high level magazines, and you
Yeah.
spend this 8,000, you go there just because you saw in the casting. Remember, like fake castings. So you go to this model camp, you spend your whole money, like, young girl, young boy. Maybe they have more, maybe not, they spend this money dreaming about to become a professional model,
Yeah.
and they leave this model camp. They have nothing. They have beautiful pictures, yes. Does it cost 8,000 euros to have these little digital online pictures? There are no really high level magazines involved in these kind of model camps. When they are just digital, and it's not 8,000 euros or dollars. Come on, what are you learning? How are you really getting there as a professional model
Yeah.
in these kind of model camps? There are very serious model camps, but the serious ones cannot be this amount because this is not serious. This is not balanced, with a beginner, with the same amount. They could build, like I could build if I was like young model, just beginner, with 8,000 euros. I could build my company, you know?
It's about the knowledge, you
Yeah,
know.
it's about
But
education. So
but
we also about educate. then you can
Yeah.
learn as well. This is
But
what
for the beginners, it's kind of thing that they don't have much information, or they're beginners. They're innocent. They don't know what the industry are doing, what the brands are doing, and they get into their net, so called, and
yeah,
that's
that's
how
the point. They don't know
they get
who
into the
are
hook.
abusing them. So in sustainable fashion, we are also about to teach them what is a respectful relationship between a fashion show production and a
Right,
model, you know. Also
right.
food and water. Some backstage, we spend the whole day and there's no water to drink. Even in Europe. In Europe, we can drink water, sprout from everywhere. But a producer from a fashion show that doesn't think about offering like some food and drinks, soft drinks and water for models who are working in collaboration, believe me, that happens a lot, you know. So this is what is not sustainable in fashion industry, actually,
Hmm.
behind the scenes, and much more,
Yeah,
screaming, like humiliations, you know. So this is not
yeah.
sustainable. So we are also talking about that in sustainable fashion. We're talking about how we treat each other, so we start by that. That's why, by the way, we usually say we're updating the concept of sustainable, because for us sustainable fashion, the sustainable of today, the core
Yeah.
is human values. It's not only about to be ecological anymore only, you know.
Right, right. Makes sense. So, as someone who bridges modeling and filmmaking and advocacy, how do you see the modeling industry changing in the future?
I believe in I believe in human intelligence. I believe we could dominate fire, 800,000 years ago, we could understand, we could dominate fire. If you're talking
Yeah,
today, right now, if the internet exists, it's because we got this. So I believe human can understand and that we need to help ourselves. So I believe
hmm.
in the fashion industry of the future, we're gonna have much more collaborations in a real win-win relationship between fashion show productions and models, and it can be paid by money or paid by growth. What is also important, you know.
But in order to do that, you would have to build systems. What systems do you think, not think, but see that there are, not so perfect in this modeling industry, from the models and from the brand itself,
The
and they need to
sustainable
work on those systems?
Yeah, the sustainable fashion we're practicing is not an adaptation of the traditional fashion industry. I understood it would be like very tiring to try to change something that is so well established. I'll give you an example. The
Hmm.
Paris Fashion Week moves kind of 9.2 billion euros a year.
Wow.
So why should they change things? This is not valuable for them. This is too risky. So that's why they're not like, I'm sorry, but this is reality. You can criticize me if you're listening me, but please
Hmm.
criticize me looking what you're doing. You know, it's it's
Right.
it's already 2026.
Yeah.
And we had so many things not sustainable at Paris Fashion Week this year, as we had also in Milan Fashion Week this year. I hope they will not get angry against me because I'm talking about how to improve the things for all of us, for having better air to breathe. I think they
Yeah.
breathe as well, right? So we're talking about
Right.
good things for all of us. So
Right.
the thing is, it's not, it cannot be about to change what is working. It's about to create new things and get
Hmm.
all this space that's is still empty. That's what I saw when I just realized it. I was at the Cannes Sustainable Fashion Week,
Right.
and I just realized that we don't have competitors at all. Why? When we go to see like an investor, the first thing he asks is, who are your competitors? And if you don't have, this is kind of strange for him. Maybe it's risky. Maybe it's not a good
Yeah.
investment to make. But I would love to have real competitors because, of course, we can find like slow fashion shows, or fashion weeks who are telling they are sustainable, or they have a list of requirements for designers or brands who want to attend. They need to follow these requirements, but the requirements are still only about to be ecological. So this for me, it's an old school concept of sustainable. And in our concept of sustainable, we are considering the wars and how people treat each other. So there's nobody else talking about that directly, officially in a fashion show, holding the name sustainable in the brand itself.
Yeah.
So I would love to see more fashion shows talking about that in a more courageous way. That means creating new business models.
Right.
In our business model, we also have a platform to helping sustainable fashion designers to sell their outfits because they're struggling. It's super
Right.
hard to be sustainable, actually. They don't have like enough suppliers concerning ecological fabrics, and materials. So it's difficult to be this sustainable, like dreamed. So
Hmm.
to get there is a hole in between the dream and the concrete market, you
Yeah.
know? So the fashion shows are about that. It's the bridge in between all the systems concerning the fashion industry and the
Right.
creative side, the technical side, the developers and scientific sides as well, because the universities are full of researches and they don't know how to show up, how to show the new fabrics made by planes, old planes, broken planes, or bolts, fiber. You know, we
Yeah.
have this kind of player working with us, so it's about to combine all different players. Innovation is also about that. I have like colleagues from innovation coming from medicine. They became like engineers, or
Uh-huh.
economical guys became like designers. So
Yeah.
innovative people are about to mix things that are not mixed at all before. They just tried. So how to make that happen? Just building new systems that don't exist yet. And usually people say, oh, but this is too complicated, or this is like impossible, or this is like tiring. Yeah, because it's easier just to keep going what is already working, but it's not like working because it's a kind of cannibal system.
Uh,
The cannibal
Right.
system. Do you know any cannibal, by the way, in your networking? Concrete,
Uh,
concrete one. Do you know someone who eat each other like yak?
I don't know. I never see anyone eating like that.
Because they don't survive. So it's logical because for an industry it's the same. If you eat your partner, if you don't treat well your partner, this is not sustainable. This cannot survive. If you're a backstage manager and you treat badly a model who is working for you in partnership, can you see the mathematic? It cannot survive for longer. So when I still see these kind of things happening, and I just think, wow, let's see for how long this event will be happening. Because the
Yeah.
thing is, it cannot survive because this person who was not well treated will not come back, or
Right.
this person will come back, but she doesn't have value to add. So there is no growth.
Right.
only keep young and beginners and not enough self-loved people, because this is what I'm talking about, who come back in this kind of situation. It's
Right.
just those who don't have enough self-love. So this is a system that cannot survive. So how to make that happen concerning models, fashion designers, real fashion industry and sustainability, just building a new continent. That's what we're doing already. We're not like fighting at all. We're just making our things. They're
Right.
super welcome. All of you are super welcome to hang out with us. We're
Awesome.
enjoying amazingly, and we're making beautiful things.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, I believe in the same thing as long we share the same mission, because you or I just want to make a difference and have a positivity around the human beings, the living beings, and the planet itself. If you are fulfilling that, that works for me. I don't consider you as a competitor in that sense, because you're helping the people and the planet. So I'll be more than happy to contribute in your work to make it more better, and how we can together do something that would help or make some innovation that gonna be, people can take advantage of,
exactly.
right?
While the spirit of competition is beautiful, but
Mm,
it cannot be destroyed. It cannot be about destroying each other. That's how
yeah.
I feel the things. And this spirit of the defensive and aggressive way in competition, I think it's coming from fear. It's coming from a fear not healed, not treated. You know,
Hmm.
childhood traumas. That's
Yeah.
where aggressive is coming from as well. It's fear. So,
Hmm.
for example, I see some countries who try to develop the fashion industry, and they're fighting against each other concerning the producers who produce fashion shows. Like fashion shows producers are fighting against each other in some countries who are interested in developing the fashion industry. This is so wrong because we need all the assets alive and working for building and making possible a fashion industry grow, you know?
Yeah.
It's like to have a school with only one class.
Right.
We need all the classes, we need all the levels of development, we need all the profiles. And sustainable is just a way to go. It's impossible not to be sustainable if you stay. If you are longer, it's because you found a way of being sustainable. This is the concept of sustainable, by the way, the word. So you can stay. This is what's sustainable. What is not sustainable, it's what falls down.
Fell
People
down.
eating each other in a poetical sense of the words,
Yeah.
like cannibals. So they don't stay. So it's like I know economical thoughts are their reason for being not sustainable, but if they're not here anymore, what is better? You know, where is better to go? So
Right.
it's about also mindset. I cannot wait. I
It,
cannot expect
yeah,
expect everybody with the same vision, but I can share
it's
my
actually a win-win for everybody, right?
yeah. I believe sharing my vision, I can help some people understand, grow, and come
Yeah.
with us or by
Hmm.
themselves, but in a good way to make it better. The planet.
Hmm. Okay. Awesome. No, definitely, it will help a lot of people, as we discussed before. So, Priscilla, our next segment is rapid fire. I got a few questions for you. You ready?
Yes, I hope.
Okay. So, so the first one, nah, they're an easy one. I just realized they're too easy. I should have worked on these more. So the first question: Cannes, Paris, or Milan? Which city has the most unforgettable inner energy this season?
Milan.
Milan? Any
Yes.
reason?
Well, personally, architecture of Milan venues for the fashion shows, they are
Okay.
very like special.
Mm-hmm.
Paris too, but the backstage of Milan, the makeup artists and the hairstylists, they really so well how to make things, they
Wow.
even don't need to speak English.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh, of course, Paris is like the where the fashion industry was born, and New York is where the industry got stronger.
Yeah.
And it's the fashion week that moves the most people is the New
Mm,
York.
right.
But how to make it well, honestly, concerning design, I really love. Maybe it's just a way of taste, maybe just my opinion, my humble
Mm-hmm.
opinion. I think
Okay.
Milan is where the fashion industry has
I
a,
see.
still a heart.
Nice. Okay, thank you. One word that describes your mindset before stepping onto the runway.
Presence, breathe.
I remember we did some breathing exercises last time we had an intro call,
Oh, yes,
right?
that's right. Yes.
Yeah, that was a very good one.
It's so
Uh,
nice because breathing exercises is always connecting me with people in so different verticals of business and subjects, but it's all about breathing because we're all breathing. And if you
yeah.
breathe better, we can do everything better. There's no way to go outside of this. If you just breathe with me, something changes, right?
Yeah, everything slows down like the last time.
And wider, right?
Yeah,
If I'm breathing better and slow, if I'm feeling my breath, I can say I won the game already. Doesn't matter
right.
what kind of game.
Yeah. Totally makes sense. Surfboard or camera? Which one feels more like home?
Surfboard.
Surfboard. Okay. That was the easy one. Your secret to staying grounded in such a fast-moving industry.
I will say that publicly for the first time.
Yeah, this was actually my question.
I hyper focus. So what makes me like really be grounded? It's
Okay.
listening the same music in loops for hours.
Hmm. What music do you listen to?
It depends. Like it can happen to me like Rihanna, Shining Bright Like Diamonds, for example.
Okay.
Shine bright like a diamond. So I become like a diamond somehow when I
Is
go
that a Diamond in the Sky, that song?
diamond in the sky, yes.
Okay, yeah, that was a
Like
nice one.
diamond in the sky,
Oh yeah, good
It's just like
song.
meditation and also um raising the sun or follow the sun or
Mm-hmm.
like surfing music. It was always that way, even when I was a teenager. But I knew it could be disturbing someone, so I
Mm-hmm.
was always in my own, listening the same
Yeah,
music like
yeah.
hours, the same one. Like, oof, this is how
Nice.
peace.
Okay.
Um,
A kind of a therapy.
yes, it's like a key. I discovered it was a key for me, like just
Hmm.
listening. I have other musics as well I can share with you. Like there is
Yeah,
one,
share me the playlist.
yeah, you don't know my name. Like what
Oh, that one, yeah.
like
Okay.
strong music, strong
Right.
musics, like
Yeah,
meditation somehow. Yeah.
exactly. That was a viral song a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Most powerful runway moment you have ever experienced?
Good or bad?
Let's do both.
both. Once my high heels has broken
Oh.
in a very long runway.
Oh, that's actually the common thing I see with models happening.
Yeah, you need to know.
You guys spend so much money on the dress. Why don't you make a good heel?
You know, and that thing happened to me, and it
Okay.
was a beautiful fashion show. But you know what? When you're present, you keep your presence. And
Okay.
what happened is like three people who were close, they understood what happening. But all the others like didn't notice because I
Okay.
was like just compensating with
Mm-hmm.
my other,
Oh
I was
wow.
like,
The
but this
balance again.
to keep this presence breathing, and just keeping the vibration because the catwalk, to walk as a model is about vibrations, you're sprouting your vibrations.
Hmm.
So you're giving vibrations into the air and people are receiving that.
Yeah. It's kind of
My
aura thing, you know.
exactly.
Yeah.
So my high heel was broken and I just understood that was happening while I was walking. I was using my body in compensations
Okay.
for at least for those who were further because it was I don't know how many people were there, like
Okay.
1,000, I don't know.
Oh wow.
Sometimes, I really don't know because I'm so focused in what is happening here and now with them
Mm-hmm.
because energy is from within. I knew my high heel was broken. So I went to the photographers, I made my pose, and then when I was come back, it was not possible to walk anymore. So I
Yeah.
just assumed I got, and I was walking until the end with the shoe in my hand, but
Okay.
compensate, So I was not um,
Yeah.
in an ugly
Right.
walk. I was keeping my walk, but
Yeah.
with the shoe in my hand. Some of them
Wow.
thought it was charming. It was a style, but
Mm.
it was totally broken.
You made it look like a style.
That's the point. Can you see? This is also an art.
Yeah.
Walking as a model is not only walking, it's how
Hmm.
you share your presence with the public and
Right.
also how you watch people, how you watch the cameras, you know.
Hmm.
And also the best moment, I think.
Oh,
I
this was the worst? I thought this was the best.
That was my worst because,
Oh God.
this is like a
You
floating,
still did it so well on that one.
I think it's I have so many amazing moments when I was
Okay.
opening the show of Amsler. Jean-Luc Amsler is for me the best fashion designer of Switzerland. He's
Okay.
much more present in France and worldwide. He has worked with Dior,
Hmm.
Cartier, Yves Saint Laurent. So he invited me to open his show, and
Yeah.
this show was the opening show of the whole fashion show night. And
Okay.
then he asked me to close the show with him,
Wow.
and so I went on stage with him, hand on hand, and it was like, wow. I was all time like, wow, 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 you know. So it was a very important moment for me because it was in Switzerland as well. In
What
Switzerland,
show was that? I'm sorry.
it was Culture Fashion Night 2, the second edition. It was
Okay.
in March 2025, I guess, or
Uh,
April. I don't
oh,
remember.
this year. Recent.
This year, yeah, it
Okay.
was very special fashion show. It was beautiful, and it's like I did not make the casting. By the way, I was invited by who I am, and this is very
Hmm.
shows for a model. People think to be a model is just about to have a body, and
Yeah.
no, it's not. For a designer who wants to express himself, a model gives life to their creation. So
Right.
just a body cannot give life, you know. We're
Hmm.
working in the presence, how we breathe using this outfit, how we can share with people the designer, the creation of someone else, you know.
Right. Wow. Beautiful. Yes, that's right. Natural lighting or studio lighting?
Natural lighting, of course.
Natural.
Yes.
Okay. Favorite expression to give the camera?
Mine or what people ask?
Yours.
Oh,
Yours.
mine is like smiling, but 99% of the works that I do, they ask me, you know,
So, do you like that way? The serious face?
I just do, and I see people love that. But
Okay.
sometimes I'm just smiling with them, and sometimes people say me and write me, why are not usually why are not smiling more often?
More
And I
often
tell them
during the
I
shoot.
smile all time, but I'm not making photos or videos of me smiling, you know? They also ask me if I make normal photos because they see only like, you know, big.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think I have seen that picture of yours.
I have many
Okay.
pictures like that. Like,
Yeah.
but
Okay. Yeah. Right.
this is just
Uh
character, It's I work like playing characters. I
exactly.
wear brands, so you know.
Yeah, as they wanted to portray. And as you said, you're there to tell a story,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
you follows that. You're in the character.
Yes.
After the story that you told me too about the heels, so which one would you pick, heels or sneakers on the set?
I had already used some snacks sometimes. Recently, by the way, I, I'm so used with high heels. I still trust in them, even if I know we're not made for them. It's like a
Okay.
kind of intimate dialogue.
Okay.
I think we can be accomplices. We can be like, I think it helps to be elegant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's right. It's kind of in the industry, as you said. It's kind
Yeah,
of
but
piece of elegance.
I also love like no shoes at all. You know,
Hmm.
I really love that way, like just grounding, feeling the floor. I
Yeah.
practice yoga, no shoes at all for surfing.
Also the vibration from the floor, you
Exactly.
can feel the room. One
Yes.
piece of advice you would give to new models.
Be aware of yourselves and look for those who really can help you to get there where you want to go.
Beautiful. And if you look back at yourself, what part of Priscilla today would you be the most proud of?
If I could look back to myself and just remember who I am today, well, I am so proud of every impossible thing that I've done.
Hmm.
People told me it wouldn't be possible to have even applications accept with my last feature film, and I had 9 worldwide awards for that. So I'm
Wow.
proud of feeling my heart, following my dreams, and not listening those who told me it wouldn't be possible.
Everything is possible as long you believe in it.
Yeah, we cannot be limited about their limits, They're
Or
just not seeing
right. And
impossible, it's
also,
just a limit of vision.
yeah. Also, Priscilla, to make that vision that you see in your mind possible, you would need to work for that thing towards it. And of course, you said nothing is possible and all that, but also you didn't share much about the backstage work on yourself that you did in order to achieve those things.
Oh, yes.
right? So
Oh, yeah.
there's a whole thing, the backstory of yours that you did to achieve the level of greatness or, the preciousness or the beauty that you have or proud of now.
Absolutely. There is a lot of non-sustainable behaviors in the film industry as well. Sometimes as a film director, young, I was beginner one day as well. So I saw a lot of like producers and co-producers not sustainable, not respectable. And I just had the will of keep going and also changing people. I think something very important for us is to say no, for those who are not allowing us to feel well. I think our body is always sending us sensations about who deserves to be close to us and who not, you know.
Hmm.
And I have been learning about that. And of course, it's important to say yes for good things, but more important than that is to say no for those
Yeah,
who are not good for us. And in the
right.
film industry, I had some meetings also concerning that for developing my project. Some projects I have signed contract that never happened because I saw afterwards those ones who I have signed the contract were much more about to get me outside of the market, than helping me. That kind of things happen. But it's
Yeah,
okay because contracts after 3 years, if they nothing is happening, they're like not
they vanished.
available anymore.
Okay,
That happened to me twice.
I
And
see.
yes, yeah. So just about human, as you told, it's all about human beside and behind the things, and
Mm-hmm.
it's all about to choose very carefully who deserves to be surrounding us. You know.
Hmm.
So in
That's
the
right.
film industry, I've seen people telling me it wouldn't be possible to have expectations, to be gotten in film festivals for my last film. And I just felt like, something in my heart. I just kept subscribing and applying anyways. And I had awards in Hollywood, in Cannes, in New York, in Paris, Toronto, I guess. I don't remember all them, but it's like a proof for me, one of the proofs, the many proofs that I have in my life that
Yeah.
impossible is just a limited point of view. So if someone tells us it's impossible,
Mm-hmm.
it's just someone's advice. It doesn't mean it's truth.
Yeah, that's right. Fill in the blanks. The pose that always make people stare is
The pose that always make people's like
stare.
wow. I
Yeah,
don't
like
understand.
wow, or just hey, look at that, or they stare like that. Oh, nice. Yeah, let me stare.
Or something like that.
Oh, nice. Okay.
People love when I do we use like angles with my arms. And you know,
Right.
I try sometimes to make something new and different and they ask
Okay.
me for that. So I think it's about, identity,
Yeah, you're an
style.
innovator, you know,
Yeah, because I also get bored about, same things.
doing the same thing, repeating the same thing.
And also, I think creation is my playground. So
Mm,
why not to go further and create new things? I like to interact with objects and natural elements as well.
right.
Love to make a fashion editorial in the nature, so I can interact with rocks, with trees, with
Yeah.
water, with
Yeah.
sand, land or leaves
Hmm.
or so. But in the end, they always like very rare to smile about
Right.
tutorials. But we're making different fashion tutorials from now. Like we're talking about sustainable subjects for the fashion industry of the future. This is also
Nice.
something that we
I
do.
love that. I'll be following that. Next one, maybe this is also a pose, but to get the perfect shot, all I need is
Peace.
peace.
Yeah, because, sometimes fashion professional can think, just because we are in a fashion editorial, we need to be screaming or stressed. You know, I do my best when
Mm-hmm.
I'm in peace. So I
Yeah.
know that, and that helped me to say no as well. When I feel I'm not in peace, of course, this peace is a decision within for me.
Yeah.
I work in my peace every day, but sometimes people just want to share their stress to everybody who is surrounding them. So I'm not in
Hmm.
this game. I'm just about in my peace. So for having an amazing passionate tutorial,
Yeah.
peace is mandatory.
100%. That's right. Last but not least, the best advice I ever received as a model was.
The best advice that I received as a model was from a big waves rider coach that I had in Hawaii,
Okay.
and it's very popular language. So I'm sorry about that in advance. He told me, Priscilla, if you expose your ass in the window, be ready for anything.
What? Uh, okay, I got what you said, but I didn't get the what it means.
That
You
means
mind?
if we expose ourselves, if you're a public person, it's
Yeah.
about to be ready for all kinds of feedbacks and
Yeah.
impacts. Because of course we have compliments
Hmm.
all time, we have very nice vibrations messages,
Wow.
and wishes, but we have also the opposite of this. We have people criticizing you just because, they need that. It's not for improvement, it's not for improving something in yourself. There are some very productive critics, what is very welcome, but sometimes it can be painful if we just don't realize this is also positive. I'll give an
Hmm.
example. I was in competition with my team for a virtual reality film in Cannes in 2021. And there were like we just saw some articles going to the press with so many lies, so many things not true. They were telling I was working for neuroscientist and this project was from him.
Yeah.
These articles were not talking about the real team who were
Mm-hmm.
working, for years in the same project.
Yeah.
So I went to see my lawyer and ask him how to manage that.
Hmm.
And he told me, Priscilla, congratulations. You know, when you are in a good position,
Yeah.
people sometimes just wait for this kind of moment to get a ride in all those people
Hmm.
work, all those people, because this was like a 10 million viewers article,
Yeah.
so I couldn't change that. I could ask them to correct, but
Mm-hmm.
people was already aware of this wrong information, this fake news.
Hmm.
So we are in an era of fake news.
Yeah.
So it's about to be ready for
Right.
anything. If you are making this podcast here, maybe someone will tell, oh, okay, well, it's okay. Okay, bye. Have a good day. Let's keep going.
Right.
This is
You
what that
mind?
message means.
Yeah. Right. You mind saying that again, please? I'm sorry.
If you expose your ass, in the window. Be
Okay,
ready for anything.
I see. Wow, that's a good deep one.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
keep
not.
that in mind, actually.
Yeah,
So,
it's not about the real ass, right?
uh, yeah, I hope so. But anyways, I was actually about to ask a question before, but let me ask now because we were talking about this thing. Um, is when you go outside, because a lot of your shoot are in public, on the road, on the streets, do you feel hesitant doing the poses? I look so bad doing like this, but the pose that you do, or when you're doing the photo shoot and being in the character.
I'll share a secret.
Yeah.
When I'm shooting, when I'm on the catwalk, it's not me. It's someone who is doing that thing. So I really sometimes when I see some pictures and some footage, I just say to myself within silently, I say, wow, how could I do that? It's a kind of energy that vibrates on me. I can even stop a car, as I did already in Paris recently, in Paris Fashion Week.
Okay.
The car was coming. It's a kind of attention, the presence. It's like 360 on my body. So I was doing. I usually do dynamic poses, like in movement. I change the pose while the team is making the footage or the photos. And I
Yeah.
saw there was a car coming, and we had like not a lot of time. The light was amazing. So sunset, beautiful in Paris. It's about to go. We cannot stop. So I just make a pose, for the guy, for the driver, and he did.
Okay,
Like
okay, okay.
I
He was
wait.
like, don't send fire to me like that. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. But it's like, and then afterwards, the
Mhm.
team was telling me, how can you manage the car
Wow.
while you have two cameras for you and the public? The people were making with their cell phones. They start to
Yeah,
film.
of
They want to
course.
see. They want to make it self. I cannot control that. They say they
Yeah.
have like pictures and videos of me going everywhere.
Hmm.
So I cannot be attached by this kind of layer of thing anymore. I'm the deep thing, like an animal somehow. And I have like a level of attention that covers even the whole team, because I'm always taking care of my team as well. Sometimes when
Yeah.
someone have the camera, they can fall down. We are in the nature sometimes, or in the middle of the street in Paris with a lot of cars. So I'm
Yeah.
always like taking care of. I'm trying always to taking care of that. Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Yeah. It's so being in that character and being that confident in that character, how long does it take to be like that?
This is a very good question too,
Yeah,
because
because if you're telling me to do that, of course, I've been in this thing for a little bit. I gained some of the confidence, but if you're telling a new me to do that, I would say, no,
I
I'm
think
never gonna do that.
I think it's first of all about self-knowledge.
Okay.
It's about meditate every day. It's about a very, very silent work within. When we are enough present in the moment, we have everything we want somehow. It's
Yeah.
very humble what I say.
Hmm.
The thing is, it's a kind of calm, you know. If we're calm, we can see better. We can think better. We can take the best decisions. A pose is a decision. I decided to be that way. I decided to be that way. It's I decide how my body will be sh- showing up this energy that's coming from within.
Yeah.
So, of course, it was not that way when I was 16. I was, by the way, I have some pictures not far from here from my first shotting for
Oh wow.
bookings. Yes, I just found it's here.
Oh wow.
I was like 15, 16.
Okay.
I had no idea about what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, how long does it take for having this level of confidence?
Yeah.
Is Well, I think it depends of each one, because it's a very special and unique journey.
Yes.
Confidence is about training, it's about self knowledge, exercises, daily practice of this intention. And when we know better ourselves, we win all kinds of games, and if you lose, we understand we are not losing, we are winning a new knowledge, a new strength, you know. It's about, yeah, to take time. Yeah, it takes time for understanding what
Right.
resilience is about.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. And last, fill in the blank. The modeling industry needs more
Empathy.
empathy. That's the word. Thank you very much, Priscilla, for this one. I know, yeah, we did a lot of overtime today, but there is a last segment that I don't want to miss. But if you allow me to, it's a community questions. This is something. Let me explain to you how it is. It works. Is we put a poll on our IG to introduce the guest who is coming to on the webisode, and we asked the community the questions that they wanted to ask to this guest we're having on the webisode. So these are some of the questions that people asked from you. So I'm in the middleman. I'm just here to ask you those questions so you can answer them. Okay?
Okay, nice.
Perfect.
That's very nice.
Yeah. Oh, I'm happy you were happy about this. Okay, so the first question. What was the moment in your life when you realized sustainability wasn't just a practice, but a part of who you are?
When people consistently ask me, why do I invest so much time and energy of my life for this kind of projects and subject? I just realized it. They're right. I invest my whole life, my whole careers in the plural, because I have different careers, right? I have invested all that in sustainability.
Hmm.
So I see how deep this connection is in my life. And I think it comes from my relationship and connection with the nature.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you very much. And I just counted. Usually if we pick 5 questions for this segment, but I just realized we got 7. We got a lot of questions for you. So the next question, we'll go over quick. What part of modeling has challenged you the most on a personal level, and how did you grow through it?
Aging. Aging is something that had challenged me like some years ago. And then I understood I was winning the game with that because I have
Hmm.
more power today than some years ago. And I'm making the line, just before walking. We are waiting in the backstage. We are ready to go to the backstage. I just realized that there are 20 years old girls in front and behind me, and I'm with them in the same line.
Wow.
So I just realized it, you know. I didn't lose nothing. I mean, winning.
I don't think so too. You look great, Priscilla, as I mentioned many times. It's
Thank you.
especially, the same thing that you mentioned. It's about being sustainable, not in a ways in your life.
And if I can tell how many young girls I see with marks from surgeries that are so aggressive, like girls who get their ribs off, this level, and we see the marks. So I ask myself, what is the point? Is that to be more beautiful if you see the marks because they make marks? So it's like ribs. I don't want to take mine off. I don't think
Ah,
this is what beauty is about. So when I remember
mm-hmm.
how I feel the energy of the public coming back to me, because walking in a catwalk is also about receiving energy, and I
Yeah.
feel the energy. I listen the wow, wow, look that, I listen the vibration of people. So
Mm-hmm.
I understand we are there about to share beautiful energy. This is what
Yes.
beauty is about, you
Right.
know? It's something that you want to watch and you want to keep watching. And that's not
Hmm.
coming from surgeries.
Right.
This is coming from energy.
Right. You know what I believe? It's being natural in all the ways is the best way, and that's how we should be. And because that's most beautiful thing. We are born with the perfect structures. We just need to maintain that. That's it,
Yeah, I
right?
think the mind is a so interesting thing, because we have what we see. We we think what we see. So if you work the way we see,
Yeah.
we change the world.
Hmm.
The world, we change everything by changing ourselves.
Exactly. Right. So the next question: how do you stay motivated and hopeful when the sustainability movement feels overwhelming or slow? I believe this question is after the see you at the Cannes Sustainable Fashion Week.
Um, Sometimes I get some cuts like from human people, like some like disappointments, if I can say that way. So it's like,
Yeah.
oof, oof. But what I do is come back home, you know, for a while and stay. I love to be at home, honestly. I love my place. I love my silence. I live in a medieval village,
Yeah.
like beautiful. There, castle, the Lemon
Oh
Lake.
yeah. You're living in Switzerland, of course.
Yeah, I left already other countries and other places where I was also always
Yeah.
recharging my energies at home. I think home is like a special place to recharge our energies. Our home needs to be our home. It needs to be
Yeah.
feeling home. So
Hmm.
I come back, I go to the cold water, doesn't matter the weather. Cold water, it's very, very awakening for me. I practice my meditations. I practice yoga in calm place, Ashtanga yoga, since like 20 years, more than 20 years now. So,
Awesome.
yeah, because I had an injury surfing in my back. So I need to
Ah.
practice forever. It's like for helping myself, or just for letting you know that's how I keep myself motivated. By the way, I made a sentence once when I was I don't remember for who I was talking that. It was, I think I was giving an interview in Paris Fashion Week recently, last
Mm-hmm.
last October, and I was asked what is my protection, and I told him my motivation. My motivation, nobody can break.
Wow.
So
It's
it's
not
protects me.
I, I think motivation, but dedication. I think that's more towards it.
I can get tired, but when
Yeah.
we are connect with our purpose, it's like to
Yeah.
have a second stage of energy.
Hmm.
And we cannot believe, but it's possible to use this energy as
Hmm.
SOS time. It's like to have more energy that we imagine we have.
Right. Okay. So the next question. I want to be a sustainable model and work with conscious brands. Where do you suggest I should start with?
I want to be a model. This is already something, right? It's
Okay.
about
And
to,
sustainable model.
okay. So,
Yeah.
well, it's a sustainable model, but still a model. So it's
Okay.
about to be ready to go for castings, for selections. And a sustainable model is also about to take care of yourself in a healthy way, in a growth mindset, and not destroying yourself because of the trends, of the tendencies, what people say it's beautiful, like to have the same nose, like just because it's like 2025, I want to have the nose exactly the same as all the other models. Like that happens. Sometimes in some
Hmm.
backstage I see, oh, I cannot believe they have the same faces.
Oh,
Like
they're all
lips,
sisters.
the lips are, I swear, you can see it, right? I'm sorry. This is what I feel. You're asking my truth. My truth is if you want to be a model, sustainable, be
Hmm.
sustainable with yourself at first. Don't destroy your natural beauty. You can make things to help, like to update, like to upgrade something that helps you to feel better, more
Hmm.
confident.
Yeah.
But don't destroy yourself just because of a trend. So after that's done, it's a forever journey.
Yeah.
But
Right.
after this concept done, you can start going for meeting a good photographer for making a beautiful first photo shooting, so you can have something in hand to show to some agencies and brands who could be happy in collaborate with you for
Hmm.
free. And that means collaborations for starting is amazing. You can be model for a brand who needs beautiful pictures, for example. So all of you will have beautiful pictures for promoting your works. So
Yeah.
this is a good way for starting. And third, it's nice to have a beautiful Instagram showing everything you believe concerning what sustainable fashion is about. So they will naturally be the players who
Hmm.
will hit you up, like for example sustainable fashions brands who really believe you represent well their brands. They will understand if you have a good Instagram shaped by this matchmaking. Can you see?
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. And she specifically said conscious brands. So how she or he can reach out to those or
So
outreach.
actually we're developing an app
Hmm.
called, so far, Sustainable Fashion Weeks app, in
Hmm.
which you can find all these networking. But so far, there is nothing in the market. But you can go to Instagram, for example,
Yeah.
and try to follow the hashtags, because hashtags get you connect with the community of these keywords. So if you put, for example, hashtag conscious brand, conscious fashion, slow fashion, sustainable fashion, slow luxury, you
Yeah.
can find a good way of starting to find your best ones. But it takes time.
Right.
It's about to test, because some people sometimes pretend they are who, they are. So it's like about to test. Go believing and
Yeah.
starting selecting by these hashtags. I think it would be a good way to go. Also, ChatGPT. ChatGPT is amazing for helping you to find what you ask it for helping you to find. It's about to
Right.
make the good questions for ChatGPT. You can have very nice directions to go.
Awesome. Here you go. The complete guide of you becoming a model and getting the brand deals. In your experience, what's the most important mindset to have to build a lasting modeling career?
I think we need to work in the mindset, because I
Okay.
see so many beautiful models, boys and girls,
Hmm.
just like even myself, I make castings for our shows and I ask, why would you like to walk for us? And the answers are so impressive in a bad sense sometimes. It's like, I want to walk for you because I'm beautiful. You know, we have this kind of answers, but
Okay.
is that the answer you think it would be beautiful to be remembered for? It's about to think 5 years ahead. How do you want to be viewed? How do you want to
Hmm.
be remembered? And build this way from the end to now,
Yeah.
how to get there. It's about to think about the 5 next years. You can think about the next 10, the next
Right.
20, but don't spend too much time on that, because from now, from today to tomorrow, next 2 weeks, next month, it's about to make in milestones by steps. In 5 years, I want to be that, that, and that. Well, today is November 2025. So for getting there, well, 1 year earlier, I need to be that done. And 2 years before, I need to have that done. You know, it's about from that day,
And setting the
like,
milestones.
yeah, milestone. So if you want to get thinner, it's a
Yeah.
choice. It's about to work for that. It's you
Hmm.
want to go for commercial projects. It's not
Hmm.
catwalk. It's about brands who make photo shootings and go to catalogs and publicities. It's another market. You can be
Right.
both, but usually they have different requirements, different networks. So
Right.
it's about to know where you want to go. I
Hmm.
never look at for commercial projects. I was always about runways. This is my
Hmm.
stroke, if I can say. So I was always working on networking for runways, meeting producers from fashion shows, brands who are always in fashion shows, or those who are interested in starting going to
Hmm.
shows, and I introduce them to producers of fashion shows. So I help them to know each other. So I was the number one model to be invited for walking for them,
Yeah.
because I choose the brands who I want to work with. So
Hmm.
I think strategy is everything. Don't wait someone give you all the tips ready. And also before asking someone something, especially today, take a look at ChatGPT at first, Be autonomous, be independent, work that on you, because if you want to be a model, you cannot be that one who is waiting and expecting you're gonna have your mom in the market, because people are super busy, people are
Yeah.
overwhelmed and stressed. So if you are the model who is giving people more work,
Hmm.
you won't be chosen. But if you're the model who is helping them to grow, you're gonna
Hmm.
be chosen.
Wow. Amazing. Actually, the next question that I have is kind of thing that you just said. How do Priscilla choose which brands or fashion shows she wanted to collaborate with?
Well, today I make totally different. I make much less efforts because I have an Instagram totally functional by
Yeah.
attracting those who I want to work with. You know,
Hmm.
I make events who I want. I make events that can receive those who I want to work with. And I know already so many people, so I can also help them to each other, to connect with each
Yeah.
other. I think connection, it's a very powerful tool that a model can have. And also I've learned that when we are giving to the brands more than they're asking us, this is also a way to grow. I mean, for example, there is a brand inviting me to go to Paris for making a fashion editorial. Well,
Okay.
I can go, I can make this fashion editorial, but I can also connect him with a fashion show in a country where he never been gone before.
Right.
This
Right.
is a way to give him more than he's asking me. And this we can do for free.
Ah.
It's about to giving something more. And I'm not talking about to accept to be explored or abused,
Mm.
like working 3 days more than preview just because I'm trying to give more that someone is asking me. No, I'm talking about to giving something that allows the other grow. I think the to grow is the key for connecting people who you want to work with. You grow,
Right.
helping other ones grow. You know,
Right.
this is a good
Awesome.
strategy, I think.
That is beautiful. Of course, when you provide more value than the people expect from you, they will remember you. They will rate you more than the others, and
Exactly,
it's a
especially
better impression.
yeah, also because in our work there's a lot of travels, We're all
Yeah.
time in the airports, we are all time in places where we don't know, we have no idea
Mhm.
about a lot of things. For
Yeah.
who will you ask something concerning logisticals for the casting director who is stressed, overwhelmed, like under no measurable pressure? No. Go for ChatGPT, go to GPS, ask for local people. If you don't speak any language, go study and learn languages, Be strong by yourself and offer this strength to other people. It's a human value. It's not about to be model, because a model is a human who people and brands want to work with, you know? So be the human who people want to be working with, be the one who people want to have a lunch with,
Hmm.
don't be only on all the time, blah, 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 blah. Listen to, people usually want to be listened. So open your heart as well. Observe before asking, observe before, just forcing people eating what you're giving,
Right.
time.
So
Just
being a model is more than just walking a runway.
being a model is much more than walking. It's much more than having like a beautiful body. It's about to have a very well entertained within energy and
Mm-hmm.
share this energy with everybody who will be surrounding you. And
Yeah.
those ones, because they're all human, they will be choosing you if you have a good energy. Even if it's a stressful day, a backstage messy, everybody's late, everybody's under pressure. But if you can work in a highest level of, energy, a,
Yeah.
a good mood, even if people are stressed, that's the best way to go. People will call you back again, for sure.
Exactly. Exactly. That's right. I'm sorry, Priscilla. I know your time, but two more questions because it's from the community. How do you prepare yourself mentally before a shoot, and what can beginners learn from your process?
For shooting, at least Well, for shooting, I prepare myself to try to. Sorry, I will make this answer from the beginning again.
Okay, go ahead.
For preparing myself for shooting, I try to understand the maximum possible of what the brand is about, what
Okay.
this brand is trying to have. and also from my vision, what I could bring for empowering this brand. Because some brands ask me, Priscilla, can you just come and, help me to choose this outfit, or let's fitting, let's see what is better for you, what makes you be more comfortable concerning fittings,
Hmm.
outfits. But sometimes the photographer in between us, because, the creative side sometimes
Yeah.
put themselves between the brand and myself.
Yeah.
They say, oh no, don't use these arms, don't do that, don't do that. But I know the brand wants more. I know I can give more to the brand
Yeah.
because I made this homework before, discussing with the founder or the creative director of the brand or the designer who is in the mission of, making the brand grow. It's all about growth all time, you know.
Right.
Sometimes I just pretend I'm giving to the photographer he's asking me or her is asking me to do, but I find a way of giving what the brand wants. Because
Right.
I see sometimes the person in the middle of the way didn't
Yeah.
get what I've got. In the shows, it's the same. Sometimes some backstage managers
Yeah.
are telling me what to do, but I had already a discussion with the designer before, you know, and they're telling me something different than what the designer told me to do.
Right.
So it's about to manage these energies, keeping the
Hmm.
peace maximum possible.
Yeah.
I would say a good model is also a good diplomat, and it's about to giving everyone's the peace,
Right.
even those one who are stressed and don't want to be in peace, because
Yeah.
we need to respect the time of evolution of each one, you know.
Right.
So it's not about to insist in giving peace for those who are not ready for, but
Right.
concerning poses, what people can learn about my poses is don't be scared about make movements that don't exist yet, because
Hmm.
sometimes that's what makes you be the best model of a casting.
Right.
A lot of, I would say most of models want to be sexy and beautiful, you know, but this is so tiring. People are
Mm-hmm.
tired of making, like, seeing the same thing, like, you know, like Barbies. We're
Yeah.
not in this era anymore. We're in the era
Mm-hmm.
of waking up. People
Yeah.
want to be awake. People want
Right.
to be alive. People want to be in good vibrations, good energies. So
Right.
show to the cameras, show them you have something special to offer,
Hmm.
something new, something fresh. And that's what I think the new generation of models and all, even old school models, can learn from me. That's what I'm
Right.
working with them when I'm posing.
Right. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Last question. On days when the work feels heavy, what keeps you rooted and reminds you why you started?
When I think I could be working in a bank, in an office from Monday to Friday from 8 to 5 p.m., that could destroy me. So sometimes I feel I'm losing the game, and I remember I could be in a worse position. In my profile of being, I admire a lot who do this kind of work, but I just couldn't. I would not be able to do that. It's about constitution. My constitution doesn't allow me to live working in a closed and non-creative work.
Right.
And I live in a country where people have a lot of money, but they're very often depressive. So
Hmm.
I see how happier I am. So sometimes just look to the mirror, and realize I'm not slave of my schedule. I fulfill my schedule with the projects I believe they can help myself and they can help each other and the planet, honestly.
Right.
But of course, it took a lot of time for arriving these
Right.
beautiful schedules. Yes.
Right. Of course. The backstage work again.
Yes, a lot of backstage, not sleeping enough nights and saying no for things that make me pleasure,
Yeah.
This is a lot of pain, of course, but it's helpful for like getting where we want to go. It's
Hmm.
keeping the goal. Remember the 5 years ahead. I knew where I would like to be in 5 years. And
Yes.
from there to now, by milestones, by steps, if I keep this choice, I wouldn't be in this goal soon. So it's about to clean up, clean up
Right.
with the people, projects, because we have, internet today. We have so many kinds of proposals all time, You can
Exactly.
say yes for everything. And if you
Hmm.
don't say enough no's, we don't move, we don't grow. So
Yeah.
important keys to keep in mind: empathy, persistence. It doesn't matter what people say about our dreams, impossible doesn't exist. And
Yeah.
the most important one, no. No for everything that doesn't allow us to go where we want to go.
No. The vitamin N.
Distractions,
Right.
the distractions. We have a lot of
Yeah.
distractions. And I see a lot of people saying, oh, I don't have time, but you go and watch like 10 minutes of their lives. They're scrolling down in nothing, So this is about to make choices about what we really want. It's not an easy profession.
Exactly. Right.
So
You
it's
would have to put the work, right?
energy and time, like boom,
Yes.
invest and go. It's
Exactly.
beautiful. It's a lovely career, it's a lovely work, but it's about to choose what you want. I see a lot of
Right.
people who don't know what they want, like models. They ask me a lot, how to be model. Model of what? Which kind of brand would you like to work with? "Ah, I'd like to work with Yves Saint Laurent." Amazing. Make your Instagram look like a Yves Saint Laurent model. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Just get the brand of your neighborhoods. Look what you have in your house. Do you have a look that could be a Yves Saint Laurent look? Make a photo shooting with that and fulfill your Instagram with this look. I'm sure
Hmm.
after that, you are going to be closer from Yves Saint Laurent jobs.
Right. Exactly.
Can you
Because
say?
you have the portfolio and you know some of the stuff. You observe their work. They know, even without meeting the founder, what the brand psychology is, how they work, what they wanted to portray, what they wanted from the models, and all that.
Exactly. Make yourself look like someone who can help them to grow.
Right. Exactly. Thank you very much, Priscilla. And such an amazing conversation. And again, it is my pleasure to have you in the Zayshin Webisodes and as a second guest of our Webisode series. And I love it, all the things. And as in the beginning, I said, a lot of things to learn. And I can proudly say that I did. And a lot of people who listened to this one, and they did too, from surfing to modeling to sustainability to sustainable lifestyle to tons of other things, respect, mutual understanding, the concepts, vibrations, and all that things was just an amazing thing.
Oh, this is very touching. As I told you before, when I receive like some links with
Hmm.
people telling me, oh, that makes me think about you. When I see the kind of content they're sharing, this is what I have been working for. for touching people who can be touched and acting in this
Yeah.
direction, you know, because we are in
Yeah.
the same team already. It's about to make this life valuable. You know,
Right.
we're here. It's not for free. It's not for nothing. I don't know all the answers. I don't have all the answers, but I have some
Mhm.
of them. I know that if we water a land and we put a grain, we can make it grow in a beautiful tree with amazing fruits, and we can eat it with nutrients. So this is the proof there is a result when we act with conscience and intention, and of course a little bit of logic in this dynamic, right, of the nature.
Saying of the tree, I'm very curious to know what is on your arm. That looks like a tree,
It
but
is.
when I look at closer, it looks like some kind of a computerized thing. Oh wow, it's
It,
beautiful.
it's a
What is
technological
it?
tree.
What? I'm sorry. What is it?
It is a technological tree. It's like
Okay.
a
Okay, so I
modern.
was kind of right.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
a remind for who I work for, you know, even if I'm in technology, in innovation, in different industries, it's
Yeah.
all about this system that is always helping us to learn
Hmm.
how the things really work. That's the point. We can't think we are controlling things, but this is just a system. We can like put the finger here and say, oh, there's nothing coming here, but it's coming by here anyways.
Uh,
We cannot control everything. And my body, my life, I'm telling my, but it's us, it's just a tool for experiencing life, right? So how to
wow.
use this experience, this is a remind working for nature, our nature.
Wow. I love it. The thing you just said. Our body is a tool to enjoy or explore life
Yeah. For experiencing this
for
opportunity.
experiencing.
Yes. We're having a such amazing
Nice.
opportunity. It's an opportunity to experiencing life. And body is a tool for experiencing that. How are we experiencing that? You know, we have an amazing tool. We need to spend some time understanding how it works. That's what I would say tonight.
Wow, awesome. I mean, yeah, I feel like we have a never-ending conversation, but I really appreciate your time that you given to me and to this Webisode series, and I love that. Before you go, anything that you wanted to say to the audience, to the community?
I'd like to just share that I'm so thankful for internet and technology and innovation for providing us the possibility of being here together, you know,
Hmm.
and sharing valuable thoughts and visions with the intention of grow.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling like blessed, you know, about to have this moment with you sincerely. And I'm here, Switzerland. You are in New York, and we don't know who is gonna be listening us. And
Yeah.
hope to touch someone in a good way,
Yeah.
enough for empowering someone to act concretely
That's
for
right.
making real impact on the planet. Good ones.
That's right. Exactly. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Priscilla, where can people find you?
I'm on Instagram, Priscila Guedes official.
Hmm.
You can see how to spell it, to
Yes.
write it. Yeah. And I'm in Switzerland, in Portugal, in Nazaré with a new project. I'm preparing myself for ride giant waves, riding diamond waves in Brazil as well. And United States, Hawaii sometimes. It takes a little long time not going there, but I hope to go
Okay.
there soon. You know, New
Yeah.
York Fashion Week, Milan Fashion Week, Paris Fashion Week.
Yeah. When are you coming to New York Fashion Week?
I was supposed to be there for walks last beginner of September,
Yeah.
but I was doing all the things, preparing our show as well. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe the next one,
In
next
February or
December or
September?
February. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
trying to go for a big wave season in Hawaii as well, but
Okay. Nice.
I, I never know a lot with a lot of advance, but I'm planning to go to New York Fashion Week for sure next year. Yeah, on the
Awesome. Yeah,
tour.
just
Yeah.
keep me posted. I mean, I'm very engaged with your account, so I'll know.
Oh,
Either
that's
way.
nice. That's nice to know. So let's start planning the New York Sustainable Fashion Week.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much, Priscilla, and thank you very much to the people who joined us here on the Webisode season 2, Webisode 2. And I'll see you guys with the next one. And all the links that Priscilla mentioned, you can find it into the description with all the other resources. If she shared me something about her movies and some other work, you can find out over there and connect with her. Okay, thank you very much. And now you can go. Bye bye.